Hi, I'm Phil. This is Phil with Phacts, and today is Blaand Part 2. Okay, Part 2, but I really mean Part 3 because there was a Part 2 video where I racked the initial vessel into this vessel and that footage is gone, so we're just going to move past it. If you want to know what I did, I took the original vessel, once it was done fermenting completely, I racked all the liquid off into this vessel, and then I let it sit until it cleared. And cleared it did. You're going to notice there's this nice milky lease at the bottom. That's going to be all the milk solids that were still in the Blaand after the initial making of it, and they all came out of solution. It is a beautiful color. It's a little greenish. It almost has like a melted butter quality to it. I can't wait to taste it. But first thing we're going to do is rack it. Now, a couple of notes before we start racking. Everything that touches my brew today has been sanitized. I used Star San. I let it air dry. I recommend you use a food grade safe sanitizer if you're going to be brewing, because it's going to kill any of those microbes off that are going to make it funky or possibly hurt you, and we don't want that. The other thing I want to bring up is there's a little cap on the bottom of your auto siphon. You leave it on because it stops a lot of the lees from getting into your brew. Since I want a bottle today, I don't want any of this to get into here, so we're not going to be greedy at all, and that's just what's going to happen today. For bottling, I will probably take it off. All you do is take your pitcher, put it about halfway through, and carefully until you got a siphon going. Normally I'll let it drop a little bit, but I really don't want to get anything in. And yet it's way too soft, so we're just going to let it go. And once it's done, and you'll see there's quite a lot of lees left in here, quite a lot of product left in here. As I said, for this particular brew, sorry, having some auto siphon difficulties. But as I said, I plan on bottling today. It's crystal clear at the moment. I don't want to get too much of the lees into it because I don't want that on my bottles at the end. And that's how you do it. You put it into a vessel first, and then you put it into your bottles. And that second racking of it will prevent a lot of the lees and stuff from getting in. You can also put it into another vessel, do a secondary fermentation if you really want. See if it gets any clearer. It's really up to your comfort level. The next thing you want to do is degas. Now this has been sitting for a while, and even by the smell of it, there's not a whole lot of gases left in here. Still, I don't like skipping degassing. All you do is take a spoon, stir it, break the flow, stir in the other direction. Do this for about a minute or two until you stop seeing bubbles. Because we don't want a carbonated Blaand. That's not exactly what we're going for here. But yeah, just keep stirring. And then we're going to bottle it. Alright, so when you feel confident that you have degassed enough, and that means there's very few bubbles still coming up, it doesn't smell, you don't smell the carbon and gases coming off of it. Next thing you want to do is take a reading. I talk about the importance of a hydrometer over and over again. I hope if you're following along you have one. You'll note that our original original must for the Blaand started at a 1.120. It didn't fully dry out, and I'm going to equate that to the fact that it's a whey-based product, not a water-based product. Maybe the yeast just had a hard time with it. I also had lemongrass and coriander, I believe I put in here, and that could have stopped the yeast a little early. But when I initially took a reading, when I racked it, It wasn't fully dry, and it's still not fully dry. It's at a 1.020. Perfectly reasonable final gravity. It means it's going to be a little on the sweet side, and I kind of want it to be a little on the sweet side, so that's a good thing. We're going to give ourselves a little taste because we took the time to make this. We should be able to try it. Now you carefully want to pour it back in. You don't want... I know we were just stirring it, letting all these gases out, but now that there's not a whole lot of gas left in here, I don't want this to get oxygenated. I don't want this to be that exposed to the elements. But first, that's nice. That is a lot better than I was expecting. I was thinking this is going to be really thick and hard to drink, or like creamy almost, and I don't get that. I get like a sweeter white wine finish from it almost, like a, I want to say like a Chardonnay or something around that, where it's like there's a crispness to it. A little bit of lemongrass is coming through. I'm not really getting any of the coriander. That's nice. All right, I'm excited now. So I have these bottles here. They have a little mini cork, and I like to use these for my stiller products. Not stiller, like, not that. I like to use these if anything is still when I'm bottling it, like a still wine, nothing carbonated, nothing that's sparkling. I usually use swing tops like this if it's going to be carbonated at all. But for the sake of this video, I don't think I'm going to get a third full bottle out of this. I'm not even sure I'm going to get the full 2. And this is going to be for any leftover. Okay, so this is how this is going to work. Let's move these bottles. Let's put the Blaand up here. Now I have this. It's a racking wand or a racking cane. It has a little spring tip thing in it. And basically what that's going to do is, if it's pushed in, it'll let liquid flow through it. When I stop, it won't let any more liquid out. This way it can go from bottle to bottle to bottle without breaking the siphon, also without spilling it all over the table. So when it spills all over the table anyway, it's my fault and not the equipment. The other thing I'm going to do is take this little cap off so this flows freely now. I'm not worried about the lease anymore, so I'm not too worried about anything getting in, and I want to get every drop without having to do anything weird. Alright, so we're going to fix the racking cane on. Now you want to get it on enough that it's not going to fall off during the siphon. You don't want to get it so stuck that you're never going to get it off again. What we do is we take one bottle, press it in, make sure the spring is down. With your other hand, you're going to start the racking cane. And then we're going to let it go. Bottling is probably not the most exciting TV, so you're probably not going to see all of it, but I will show you when I switch bottles, just so you have that information down. Okay, you'll see it's going into the neck, and you almost want to go so that it's too far, because when the wand leaves, it's going to give you more room. But you'll see right now, without the spring tipped, it's not going to spill, and it fills right to about there. When I switch bottles and put the spring back down, it automatically starts right up again. Beautiful, right? And you'll see, I got 2 large bottles, I got one of the smaller bottles, and there was just a little left over that I'm ashamed to say I'm gonna have to drink myself. It's gonna be a challenge. That's actually incredible. I don't know if the lighting here is even good enough for you guys to pick it up, but it has these nice legs, which is a wine term. It's very rich, but it's not like... I was scared in the fermenter it was going to taste like melted butter. Straight up. That's what I was thinking. That's kind of why I pushed this part of the video off a little bit. But now that I'm drinking it, I'm like, why did I only make a gallon of this? I should have made a little bit more. And that's just how brewing works. Your mileage may vary as far as how long it will take for this to go. It was very green, very milky, very cloudy. For me, it was about a month before it started to clear out and finish fermenting. But I'm also in New York. It's a little bit colder. If you're in a warmer place like Florida, Arizona, California, it might brew a little bit faster. And that's just how brewing works. Once I hit my warmer months, I know my brews tend to go a little bit faster. And if I make another blend, now that I'm in spring, it will probably go a little bit faster itself. So we're gonna have to see, because I think I'm gonna make more of this. But I'll catch you guys on the final facts. And we've made it to the final facts. So this time we made a blend. We started with a gallon of regular milk. We added some lemongrass and coriander. We let it ferment through. Today we bottled it. It's delicious. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe I didn't make one sooner. And I can't believe I didn't make more of it, because I have a feeling these guys aren't going to last that long. In fact, I know they're not. So it came out absolutely incredible. I'm mind blown. You could expect to see another Blaand video coming up shortly, because I'm going to make some more Blaands. I'm going to play around with them. I'm probably going to flavor some of them. It's going to be a good time for everybody. But until next time, guys, thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave a comment, a like, subscribe. Helps the channel. And until next time, guys, cheers.